Are y'all out here in the woods with me? What is going on? Hickok 45 here. Welcome to the Hickok 45 Clips channel, where I can do about whatever I want to do. Yeah, pretty cool, huh? So here I am out in the woods trying to finish up this log because I don't like it being in my trail. Yes, this thing fell several years ago and is blocking a path I used to ride my bike through and hike through. All that sort of thing. Well, maybe I'll chop a little bit, yeah, and yak a little bit. My Gransfors Brooks, yeah, axe, love this thing. Someone asked me to talk about replicas and safe queens and what I thought about replica firearms versus those really valuable firearms that we just leave in the safe and we don't shoot. And, implying antique firearms, because of the replicas, kind of a replicas versus safe queen kind of, comment and subject topic. Well, wanted me to weigh in on it. I don't know nothing about it. I ain't got no grammar knowledge either. Well, it's a strange thing. I'm not big on safe queens, as you know. I really do not have a firearm that I will not fire. I don't have an axe that I won't swing, chop with. See, that only goes so far. I do have some really nice sheath knives I have not sharpened that I do not drag out into the woods and use. I have to confess to that. But that's a little different maybe. I think a lot of it depends on a person's income, as everything does, right, to some extent. When I was teaching back through the years, I didn't really have any. I had one old kind of beat up Colt, but I didn't have any relatively expensive antique firearms like I do now. I have some really nice firearms, as you know. If you've been around a while, you've seen them because I shoot them. We do videos shooting them, right, firing them. My first muzzle loader replica, or was a replica of an Enfield, British Enfield. I bought, 25 years ago or something, and just enjoyed that immensely. I have owned a Ruger, single actions, and a lot of things. Colts are so expensive. Original Civil War rifles, they're kind of out of my reach for a large part of my life. And I've always been perfectly happy, firing a nice replica, because the replicas, get this, newsflash, replicas are a pretty good replica of the originals in most cases. Really are. And made of modern steel. Sometimes they might have some different spring systems a little bit, make them more durable. So there are advantages to that. There really are, because you've got a firearm that's just like kind of the Old West, or the going back even before then, that is still operational and is essentially the same design, same firearm. So that's great. Yeah. Do not spend the mortgage money on getting an original firearm just to stick it away in your safe. Or even if you're going to fire it, don't spend your mortgage money for that kind of thing, or get a second mortgage on your house so you can buy that firearm. Don't do that. Don't do that. You won't enjoy it as much, for one thing. Replicas are fine choice. And I'm not sure what the question was exactly the person was getting at. He just wanted me to address the topic. And I have, I'm different. Everybody has their own approach to things. I typically don't buy a firearm that I'm not going to fire. Even if it's a pretty valuable one, I'm going to fire it a little bit. Okay? There could be an exception, except I wouldn't buy it. If somebody had a Colt single action, it came off the line in Hartford, Connecticut, back 150 years ago, or whatever, and in the 1870s or something, 1880s, and it had never been fired, never been touched, just been wiped down in the box. It never even been turned. And if somehow I became the owner of that, I would not fire that. There's no need to, you know. I wouldn't, it would be incredibly expensive, wouldn't it? Just like if you had a gun that actually did, and you got the provenance, to prove it, belonged to a Wild Bill Hickok or Wyatt Earp, and they actually carried it or something like that. I don't know, maybe I'd fire it if it'd been fired a time or two, but I wouldn't, feel the need to go out and shoot that thing, But by and large, though, if I buy a gun, I'm going to fire it. And in the example, those two examples are kind of different, but they're similar in a way. They're both so valuable for some reason that they should be carried on through history, maybe in their current condition, because they're so valuable in different ways. So if you had something like that in the safe, if that's your preference, you just want to own a really nice original of something, but you don't want to fire it. That's okay. It's okay. But I would encourage you to get a replica of it or a cheaper version of it, if there is one, and fire it. That's kind of the way I am. If I have a firearm that I really like, but I don't want to, maybe you got a Civil War rifle that's just in great shape. I've got a couple like that. They're just really nice. If I can see somebody owning one of those, but just not wanting to fire it, not being able to bring themselves to getting it all dirty and everything. Maybe they're not as knowledgeable about cleaning. They don't know about ballistol, maybe. and so, that's fine. Hang it up, put it in safe, whatever, bring it out and admire it occasionally, but get yourself a replica just like it and fire it, every weekend. That's one approach. I'm a little that way with, I've always liked silver dollars, for example. Or I don't get into like highly graded, that kind of thing at all. I just think it's cool because they're a little piece of history. If I had one, and I like to handle it, I like to handle the things. I'd rather have one that's just like almost uncirculated, that sort of thing, just so I can handle it and admire it, You get one that's in a case that's been graded, that's great too, but I don't know, you can't handle it. Can't fire it, and maybe you have one like that and you put it away somewhere just because it is such an antique. It's an investment, but I want a couple that I can just handle, play poker with if I want to, throw them on the poker table just like Doc Holliday. So that's why I kind of am with firearms. If it's a really nice antique, I'm going to go ahead and fire it, but I'm going to take very good care of it, not shoot it too much. I've got the 1883 Cavalry Colt Single Action Army, 1883 U.S. Cavalry. And you've seen me fire that a few times, brought it out for 3 or 4 videos, clean it up really well. It's just like the day I bought it. Yeah, got the Kopek letter on it and everything. It's authentic and good shape, and I'm not going to abuse it, but I'm going to fire it a little bit. But anyway, am I answering your question? I would say just my advice again, if you really want an antique, you can afford one, but you're just worried about firing it and damaging it and that kind of thing, lessening the value of it, but you really want it, you can afford it, well, go ahead and get it and enjoy it. Wipe it down once a month, get it out and admire that thing, the history of it. But as long as you buy a replica of it, one like it, that you can just take out and get dirty and fire and enjoy, because they're the same experience, really. Same experience, 99% the same experience. You can take a U-Birdie Colt Single Action that's a Colt clone and enjoy shooting that thing, black powder, modern powder, whatever you want, and it's just right there, the same as firing a original Colt Single Action Army, basically. Okay? Anything else you wanted to know about that, on my opinion regarding replicas and the originals? One last thing, don't, just because there is such a thing as an original Colt Single Action, for example, made in 1880, you've seen mine, and there's such a thing as a fake replica. Well, they're not fake, they're just replicas of those guns, and don't have a negative attitude about those necessarily. Be happy that there are companies on this planet that take the time to recreate those wonderful old firearm designs and offer them to us at a reasonable price. We can go enjoy those just like the originals. They feel like the originals. They shoot like the originals. So, yeah, that's my last comment. I don't know nothing else to say about it. I'm done. Life is good.